Hello everybody and welcome to Krista So Crafty. I'm Krista and I'm really happy that you've joined me here today. Today I'm going to be working on a mug. It's a teal Yeti mug that I've had for quite a while actually, and I decided I'm going to put some bling on it. So I thought I would grab the camera and bring you along with me. I hope you enjoy this.
All right, so let's get started on this. So I'm going to go to upload, and I've already uploaded this, but I'll show you what I did. I just clicked on upload image, go to browse, and then just go to the folder. So I'm going to go to my Krista So Crafty folder and down to the free clean SVGs for Cricut. And then I'm just going to find this one, where if I can find it here. I think it's down near the bottom. There it is. So I just want to click on it and click open. I always go under complex and then go continue. So depending on whether you have the Access membership or not, if you do, you can click on, at this point you can click on remove background and it will remove all of the white background. Now if you do not have the Cricut Access, then what you need to do is click on and then click on the buttons. Now you will have to zoom in. As you can see, there's some of these little pieces in between, you know, in the A and the P and the O, that you'd have to go through and click on to get the white removed, but that works as well. Okay, so I'm just going to reverse this for a second. I want to make sure that I've gotten everything. So remove background, so it removes all of the background. I'm good to go, and I'm going to click apply and continue. I'm going to do the cut image, so I'm going to click on cut image. You can go up here and rename this. I'm not going to, I'm just going to leave it as it is, and then I'm going to click on upload, and now it's up here on my recent uploads, so I'm going to click on it once to select it and then click add to canvas. So when this comes onto the canvas, it's pretty big. I've measured my cup and I only want it to be about 4.5 inches tall. So up here under the size area, I'm going to click on the lock so it locks because it was unlocked. And under the height, I'm going to change it to 4.5 and press enter on my keyboard, and it will change it to the size I need. It's ready to go. I don't have to do anything else. I'm going to go up to make it. Everything's fine in here. I don't need to mirror it or anything else like that, so I can just click on continue. And once we're in this spot here, we're going to set our base material. I have vinyl set as one of my favorites, but if you don't, click on browse all materials. Click up in this where it says search all material and type in vinyl and press enter on your keyboard, and this will bring up all the different vinyl options that you can select. Way down at the bottom is the one that says vinyl. If you click on this star, it will change it yellow, and that's what will put it into your favorites. So I'm going to scroll back up to the top because mine's already in the favorites, and I'm going to choose vinyl, and now we're ready to go. So now I'm going to load my vinyl onto my mat and send it to the Cricut to be cut.
Okay, so I remove the clear plastic. Just got a scrap piece of vinyl here of the same color. I'm going to put it onto my mat like so. Make sure it's all pressed down. Open this up, load my mat, press the flashing arrow, press the C, and let it do its job. Now this is going to be a fairly quick little cut. And now we do the weeding. So I'm using StarCraft permanent adhesive. I really like this vinyl. It's very nice. It weeds beautifully. I mean, Look at that. Now, of course, you have to be careful and watch things are sticking down where they're supposed to be, but it just weaves so beautifully. And this has got a lot of little tiny pieces. Careful. Where did it go? There it is. So there. I thought this would look nice on that cup, so we'll give it a go. And this is kind of small, so I'm just going to help it out. And I'm going to trim this so I don't get a big mess happening here. Don't be scared to cut off little pieces of your vinyl as you're weeding and make it into more manageable pieces if you need to. It's better than having the vinyl stick back onto itself and then all of a sudden you've got a real big mess. So let's start here. I'll go up and around here. Like so. And now there's some little tiny pieces down here, so I want to be careful that they stay. Like that piece right there is being a little persnickety. There we go. And I'll just keep going. I think I'm going to trim this. Just focus on this right down here. I'll make it do this. There. We'll just focus on this down here. I don't know if you can see, but these down here are really small. Okay, I'm just going to trim that off. And bring this in here. Stay there. Stuck to my weeding tool. Can you see that little tiny piece right there? Yeah, it's supposed to be down here. When all else fails, grab a pair of tweezers. There we go. And keep going here. A lot of little tiny pieces. Wow. Didn't realize just how tiny these were going to be. I'm hoping that they're going to stick onto my mug, to that cup just fine. Just going to snip this, and I'll just continue on here. Like I said, when they're little like this, I like to take sections at a time. So let's go up here and see. That's got to stay. And that comes up. There we go. All right, so I had to go find my eye. I lost it, but as you can see, I found it. So we just need to take these little pieces out here now. think this is going to look nice on there. The colors I think will be good together. So I don't know if I've already said this, but this is just for me, this mug. I have had this Yeti here for a while, and of course if you have something, you have to decorate it up, make it look pretty, make it your own. All right, so I'm going to take this out, and this little piece in here. Come on, get off of there. Sometimes they don't want to come up too easy. And I think, well, this little guy I need to move over here. Oops, stay. I think we're good. I do. Just giving it another once over just to make sure. It looks like there's something laying here. It's not supposed to be there. There we go. Okay. I'll get some transfer tape and we'll get it on to the cup. Okay, so here's our cup. Here's our vinyl. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I like to stand up over top of my project. So I just bent it in half so I could kind of see a center line here, and I'm going to base it, kind of go from here, from in the middle of the word Yeti. So, and you know what, you just do the best you can, and right there I think is going to be perfect. So press down in the middle and start pressing it down. That's good. And do the other side. I always like to go from the middle and go up and out. Okay, so just push that down. All right, so I got a little piece here that's kind of sticking up, so I'm just going to leave it for right at the moment. I'm going to start pulling up the transfer tape. On here. And hopefully this will lift up nicely. There we go. All right, so I'm going to push that L down. These wanting to come up. Just make sure, now you can go along with your little scraper, just be careful that you're not getting underneath the letters through the transfer tape, because you can absolutely rip your vinyl. Okay, so just roll that down. Okay, and down over here. And I'm just going slowly. If you see anything trying to lift up, just push it back down. Oops, see that little loop-de-doop on the W is wanting to come up. So I'm just pushing it back down. Oh, see, it's still wanting to come up. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Oopsie. Push that down. All right, so I'm still gonna have to deal with this little loop-de-doo on the W. Push it down really hard. There we go. Sometimes turning and going at a different angle helps. I have a little tiny dot here. I'm gonna carefully scrape that up. So it's not supposed to be there. There we go. There, so. And again, I'm just taking my thumb and I'm just gonna rub over all of this vinyl Make sure that it's stuck down to the cup. Make sure I haven't lost any letters, because you know that would be terrible. So I think I still have all my letters. There. I like that. Live with promise, love with passion, and laugh with pleasure. I like that. So I think what I'm going to do is on the other side, I'm going to put my Krista So Crafty. So hang on.
All right, so like I said, I think I'm going to put my logo, if you want to call it, on the back of my mug. So I'm going to go over to the text tool and click on that. There it is. And type Krista's So Crafty. So I think what I'm going to do is just put it like this on the mug so that it will fit nice and it's not going to go around too far. So I'm going to go under the fonts. So apparently everything is thinking right now. So we'll just patiently wait. All right, so I'm going to click on System and wait, apparently. And I'm going to just kind of have a look down. I don't want a real thin font. I want something that's going to have a, you know, that one might be okay. That one might be okay. Just going to change it to, well, I'll change it to the pink because it's going to be in pink. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know, I might have another look here. So let's go under System. And wow, it's either the internet or Cricut, but one of the two is very slow today. There it is. Except I can't see nothing. There they are. So let's just scroll down here and see if we can find a fun little font to use for this. Now I don't know about you, but this is always, this I sometimes think takes longer to do than anything else, is to find a font that you want to use. Sure, let's go with that one. So I'm going to reduce the line spacing. So you can use the arrows if you want to sit here and click forever, or you can just highlight this. Now if you want the spacing between the words, in this case, in here to be smaller, you want to put a hyphen in front of it. So, or the minus sign, whatever you want to call it. So minus 1.5. So still not quite enough, so I'm going to go minus 2.5. Oops, see, and I put a plus sign in there by accident. And maybe minus 3.5. It's a matter of just playing around until you get it the way you want it. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. All right, so just going to hide this, and I've got this one, and I'm just going to click weld. All right, so I've got my font the way I want it. I've selected it all and I've clicked weld so that it's all cuts out into one piece. Now I'm going to go up here to the height and I'm going to make it about 4. Yeah, I think so. I think that'll be okay. I don't want it quite as big as the other one was, so I think that'll be good. And now I'm going to go and click on Make It.
All right. Let's get this off the mat. Try to do this one-handed. It's not going to work. Well, it might work. I need to clean my mat, so. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this down a little bit. Just so I'm not wasting vinyl. You know I like to keep my little scraps. So these will go into my scrap bin, and we'll just get this weeded. All right, there we go. Now I did notice I have a tiny little piece moved in behind here, so let's see if I can get it out of there. All right, tweezers. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so now we need some transfer tape. Okay, so we're just going to reuse the piece that we used for the front of the mug. Okay, flip it over. Now, before I take the paper off, I am going to trim this up a little bit just so that it's not quite so much. Oops. I like to reuse my transfer tape. Stuff is not cheap, so if you can reuse it, by all means do. All right, so I'm gonna get my fancy mug holder, and I'm gonna lay my mug down, and I'm gonna, whoops, sorry. I'm gonna do the same thing as I did before. Just gonna take this, I'm gonna just kind of fold it in half just to try to find my center. That just helps me to kind of line it up. And again, I'm gonna put the center of it in between the word Yeti here. Let's turn this so you guys can see as well. And there's a glare there, and I'm sorry. And take a deep breath and relax. And right about there. Okay, so press that down. And again, do one side at a time. Sorry, I just keep bumping the camera. There we go. Perfect. So let's take up the transfer tape, and again, I fold it flat over and I just kind of I pull, my goodness, I pull so that it's a perpendicular, no, I don't know. So it's flat against the cup, the mug. It's being a little stinker, there we go. And just pull it off, just like that. And again, rub it down really good with my finger, my thumb. And as usual with any vinyl product, when you're putting it on something like a mug or a cup or something like that, you want to leave it at least 24 hours to let the vinyl adhere. And yeah. Well, thank you again for joining me here today. I really am happy with how my mug turned out. I think the pink on this tealy cup is nice. And then I put my Krista So Crafty on the back. So I hope you enjoyed this, and happy crafting, everybody.